Hi everybody. I was just texting another sister and about testimonies, and that she's seriously considering it, but the fear of it. So I know for me it was difficult, and with that being said, it's difficult for yous who haven't done so already, and so that's why I'm making this video to discuss my experience like Quinetta did. When I did my testimony, I was nervous and scared, to say the least. I found once I did it, a release from it. A weight had been lifted. All this stuff that you carry around internally within ourselves for years. And I know for me and my testimony, some of it was easier than others. There was one part in particular that I was going to leave out because of the regret and shame that I had, which was while I was pregnant with my younger son. I smoked crack, and that was huge. That was huge. And I didn't want to leave it out because those are the things you got to dig in there and rip that stuff out. And I knew if I would have left it out, I would have still carried that till this day. And if I could go back and change the things that I have done, I would. But the reality is I did them. And it's an apology of sorts to the wrongdoing that I have done to myself, to others, shame to Father. And Father wants to forgive us. We have to ask for forgiveness, and He forgives so freely. But there is an effort that is needed, right? Nothing good comes easy. There is an effort. And after I did my testimony, and other brothers and sisters at that time, we all put out our testimonies at 6 o'clock. So we went in, we did it together publicly across the board. And there were bonds, and through watching other brother and sisters' testimonies, I could relate. And even to this day, you'll find that, there's not one testimony that I have watched that there wasn't something in it that I could relate to. Quinetta, and we help each other. Quinetta made a video, and that gave Evelyn the courage to come forth and open that door, right? Still some work to do there, Evelyn, but you know what? You open that door, and that's the hardest part. So yeah, I no longer have to worry about anybody finding out the things that I have done, the relationships, my upbringing. I put it out there. I don't have to worry about anybody finding out. It's out there. It's out in the street. There is no more secret, the big secret being found out. I cast it out. I took it upon, or all of us who have done our testimony, we cast it out. We gave it away once and for all. And, You think, and many times Satan, right, wants to steal all that is Father's and make it for his own, take it for his own. And, through counseling, psychiatrists, you go to them, and it's a form of confession, and they'll label it as a post-traumatic syndrome. Oh, you need to take these pills. Here's a script. Oh, take these once a day, twice a day. And it's still, you're still in a shameful state because it's not through understanding. It's not done through Father's ways, where we confess our sins one to another. A sin is a sin. There is, my story's worse than their story. It's all sin. And what seems to, theirs wasn't as bad as mine is or was, to that person, to that individual, yes, it was painful. I understand, right? We understand. So through this, you get to really know a person. You get to understand a person, the things that they've been through, and a bond and a friendship like no other I've ever had in my life. And these people that I have connected, they're not my neighbor that lives across the hall. This is these bonds and friendships are all throughout the United States. So I encourage you, purge your past, stand up, dump those skeletons in your closet, right? The skeletons in your closet. What does a skeleton represent? Death. You're carrying like that around with you. Empty out the closet, throw it out in the street, air that dirty laundry. And this is a private group, and nobody here is going to judge you. For each of you, that have watched this, have you cast judgment? It's not allowed in here, but any of you who are watching and say, we're all guilty. We're all guilty of something. There ain't no getting around it. But is a deep cleaning, a cleansing. Walk through that fire. And I'll tell you, when you get through the other side, it feels good. It feels good. I would not ask anybody to do it if it wasn't the case. I haven't met anybody yet who regrets doing it. So I just want to give you a little encouragement. And this isn't for my benefit. This is for your benefit. This is your gift, right? An open forum, a safe haven to bring it forth and dump it. You know what I did? You know what I did? Whatever the case is, it is what it was. It was your life. And we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets, and we carry that shame. The key to it is dumping that shame, confessing it, and repenting from it, to be truly sorry. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with apologizing? What's wrong with, if you are worried about your image, right? Or what are they going to think of me? If you keep that secret within yourself, what do you think of yourself? Free yourself from yourself. A lot of times we're our own worst enemy. And free yourself from yourself. Cast it out. Throw it away. Toss it away. Burn it. Rip it out and let it burn. So just wanted to share this. I hope it helps somebody out there. And again, it is for your benefit, your relationship. Earlier I was thinking, you don't put new wine in old skin. You don't put new wine in an old vessel, right? You don't mix the old and the new. So get rid of the old, and then you can fill up with the new. So with that, one love, no shame, the water shalom.